right around that 391, 392 level for SPY. That's where I'm going to be deploying some bull put credit spreads to stack on top of my covered puts that I have deployed. And I'm not going to be risking very much at all. I'm going for a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 profit on the credit spread, but I'm only going to be risking about $200 thereabout. So I've got some room. I'm going to give it a little bit of room on the downside and plenty of room on the upside. All right. Getting everything started here. Let me go over the news real quick for this week. I did a post about it this morning on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, but we've got CPI coming out tomorrow morning. We have the Fed funds rate announcement. Hopefully we're going to be getting a 50 basis point hike. At least that's what the economists are predicting and expecting out of the Fed. And I think that it's going to be very bullish for the market in the short term. But I'm assuming that Jerome Powell is going to step on the gas as soon as this quarter closes and all the big guys clear their books and have a bright light to end the quarter and year on. We also have jobless claims coming up on Thursday. That's going to be exciting as well. So we have one roller coaster of a week to say the least. Right now, I'm more deployed on the covered put side of the aisle because I am bullish for this week. I think we're going to get a 50 basis point hike, and I think we are going to drive up towards the end of December. It is December 12th. All right, so not too long before this year ends, and we have a new year, 2023, which I'm excited for. But I think that they are going to end the year positive, and it's only 2-3 weeks more before the quarter ends, the year ends, and everybody gets to sign their books off and make it look as great as possible and pump the whole nine up. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this week. Could be one hell of a move. If a little bit of planning on the trading side of the aisle for me this week, we've got the S&P near a major support, right around that 391, 392 level for SPY. That's where I'm going to be deploying some bull put credit spreads to stack on top of my covered puts that I have deployed, and I'm not going to be risking very much at all. I'm going for a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 profit on the credit spread, but I'm only going to be risking about $200 thereabout. So I've got some room. I'm going to give it a little bit of room on the downside and plenty of room on the upside. Especially if we want to go to Valhalla this week. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I've got covered calls to protect my downside. Not a ton, not as heavy as I usually am. I wanted to give more of a runway for the market this week, so I didn't want to go too heavy on the covered call side of the aisle, but I am pretty heavy on the covered put side of the aisle. Now, the decision that I need to make is if I want to get rid of some of my covered puts that are very close to current share price. And I'm going to decide that this morning, and I'm going to see where those positions are at. I can take a small loss or a small gain just to make sure that those strike prices for the covered puts are not in danger. That could go for TQQ and SPXL. For SPXL, I want all the shares I can get, so I'm not going to be closing any of those out. I want them. I want the shares badly, and for the strike prices, I'm deployed. For TQQ, I've got a lot of legs in covered puts. Some of them are close to the current share price, within $2, $2.50. So if we get bad news this week, those would be in danger, and I want to make sure that risk is managed accordingly. So, again, and I stated this a few minutes ago, but I think we're going to get what everybody's expecting, and I think that's going to be very bullish for the market. I think we're going to get a 50 basis point hike, and I'm hoping that we exceed expectations for inflation, for CPI data. I'm hoping that's going to be the case, and we start off on a good note on Tuesday. So, any opinions, any comments, any questions that I can answer before I move on? Good morning to everybody else who's hopping in here. Good morning, good morning. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend.
All right. If you wouldn't mind, you might have already explained this. I just joined in here, but could you explain the difference between the events that are happening on Friday?
The events that are happening on Friday?
So the S&P U.S. Manufacturing PMI versus the U.S. Services PMI.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I'd have to do a quick Google search because I'm not necessarily familiar with it, and it's not usually a market driver. so I haven't looked too much into it. Give me
Michael, if you know, elaborate for us.
What'd you say? If I know, elaborate?
Yeah, because we don't know.
Well, that was the point of the question.
Simply just looking at products versus services. That's the difference at a very general level.
Amazing. Thank you, Mr. Connections.
There you go. There you go. So,
If you do your credit spread.
yes, sir. I covered that already, but I'll cover that one more time. Quickly, question from Steve was when I plan on deploying my credit spread. So what I'm looking for this morning, and I don't know if it's going to happen on Tuesday because that's when the moves are going to start happening with CPI, but if we draw down this morning into the 392 to 391 level for SPY, I will be deploying a bull put credit spread out to December 23rd. Expiration.
Wait,
and
You're making credit spreads for SPY?
bull put credit spreads, yes, sir. If we can get down to the support that we've been bouncing around at 392, 391, then I will be getting bull put credit spreads, and the legs I'm going to be going for are about either 405 to 406 or 406 to 407. That's what I'll be looking for December 23rd, and I'm adding that in addition to my covered puts, but I'm not going to take much risk. If we break the 391 level or the 390.99 level, I will give it 20, 30 cents at most, and then I'm cutting it for a minimal loss. But I've got a lot of upside with those spreads, a lot of potential profit, large credit. That's what I'm going to be looking for
Wait,
this
so
week.
those credit spreads, that means you're bullish.
Yes, sir. Bull put credit spreads. I would be bullish, yes.
Would those be deployed after PM or
That would-
CPI comes out?
That would be today.
Oh, you
If
deploy
we
that today? Okay.
if we get to 392 today, then I will be deploying the bull put credit spreads. That's today thing. If it doesn't happen today, it doesn't happen. I'm not deploying anything.
So how would you run your stock
Understood.
though? Because if we say it comes bad and we're down 3% pre-market, are you just going to accept the full loss?
Then I'll make sure, if I have to swing it, I'm going to make sure that my max loss is not past what it is I'm willing to risk on the spread.
Gotcha.
I also have a lot of time
Yeah.
with that spread. December 23rd, I'll have plenty of time and plenty of expiration. I don't know if you guys can hear Steve. Steve's here with me. So,
That's
Michael.
Stephen.
Hello, Ray.
what other questions can I answer for you beautiful people? We've got a few more minutes for the market.
Morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody that I haven't mentioned today.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, whoever you are.
Yeah, it'd be like
I'm
that.
sorry, I'm driving, so I can't.
Good
Yo,
morning.
Clean.
Yes, sir.
You didn't, like 10 seconds ago before telling Michael good morning, you didn't hear me, right?
I don't think so. Did I miss something?
Because I mute my mic, but like my icon on Discord just keeps flashing green like I'm
Oh,
talking.
that's
So
that's yeah. No,
No, Alan, you didn't. Nothing you said picked up. All right. Any other questions I can answer? Anything else I can go over?
yes. What color is your
Like I said before, it's either going to be an apartment complex that I point out when you ask me that question, or I mean, I really do like Tate's, the color that he chose for his Chiron. It's a good looking color. That red, I don't know about the red. I don't know about the blues, the white. I don't know about all that. But his color looks great. Looks great. What else can I answer?
you got any specific levels of spikes?
Specific levels on SPY. So for me,
Right now we're on. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
For me, it's going to be between 392 and 391. That's going to be my major buy level for those bull put credit spreads. In regards to adding more covered calls, SPY would have to get up to that 398 level, and that would be, that'd be about it. Now we've got a nice little range that's been created here. We've got a low here and a high here, and I think the data this week's going to break us out of that range one way or another, and I'm thinking to the upside. So. It's not that I'm trying to be optimistic like my usual self. I think that we're going to get what what everybody's been asking for, and that's a 50 basis point hike, and I think the market's going to respond really well to it in the short term.
So I have right now we're in the range that I have drawn for my supply zone that was back from the 9th of December from that fall. So right now we're sitting on top of the supply zone. I'm gonna wait to see what happens here. I have it from 39.77 to 39.68.
So, good, brother.